Lawyer Loung. I'm an attorney here in Dallas, Texas. My law firm is based out of the suburbs here in Richardson. We primarily do immigration law here, however we do a lot of family law and business litigation. Today I know a lot of people have questions about the H1B process and OPT process, and I'm here to answer some questions that you guys may have. Okay, so the H1B visa is for non-immigrants who are born outside the United States, and this visa allows people to come from all over the world and to work in the United States. It's primarily open to people who have undergraduates or bachelor's degree, or have graduate such as masters and PhDs. Okay, OPT allows students to hone or practice their skills after graduation. Essentially, it is like an internship for your specific course of study. What I must say is that OPT must apply to whatever major that you're in, and when you apply for OPT, you must apply for it before you graduate. If you were to use OPT before graduation, for every 2 months that you use, 1 month will be deducted afterwards. So here we highly recommend that you save your OPT time for post-graduation. If you're on OPT and you have your H1B application in, we do not recommend you go home. However, you can go home. The process is a little harder for you to come back. There's certain things that you have to make sure that everything is in order. You must have your EAD. You must have your EAD card. Make sure that is not expired. You must have a letter from your employer stating that you do have an H1B application in. But we do recommend that it is better for you to stay in country until you get your H1B status. So I think what we're talking about here is the cap gap situation. And in this situation, if you apply for OPT, or excuse me, if you apply for H1B after OPT, make sure that your OPT is after April 1st. Then we're able to extend it from April to December. If by any chance you are before April 1st, cap gap will not apply to you, and we will have to come up with different ways to either allow you to stay in country or to apply for your H1B outside of the United States. Okay, so in this situation, the biggest problem is that your OPT ends in February. Therefore, the cap gap will not apply to you. While you can apply for H1B, you cannot apply for it within the United States. We have different recommendations that we can help you with, but unfortunately in this situation, there's no applying for H1B within the United States. So this really depends on the company. So what happens is that the company has to sponsor you. The biggest thing for a company to know is that their need must match your degree. So whatever your degree is, say if you're an accountant, this company needs to have an accountant or a need for an accountant. What we do here is we have to see whether or not the company can actually sustain your salary, and the company must also show different requirements, such as why there's a need for the company to hire a non-U.S. citizen, and why they did not choose to hire a United States citizen. So in a sense, this is a very specific, company-specific question, and it's held on a case-by-case basis. In this situation, if you did not get selected for an H1B, you must depart the country when your OPT has ended. Now, the United States has given people who have not been selected for H1B what's called a grace period, and that's 60 days to get all your affairs in order and to depart the country. If you did not get selected for an H1B, it's not the end of the world. There are other options that you have and that we can probably help you find. Again, this is very specific for each person, so it's best if you consult with another attorney for it. For the H1B application process, it itself is not a very hard process. So first what we do is we fill out your application. Next what we'll do is we'll fill out what's called an LCA, or a labor certification application, and we'll submit that to the Department of Labor. Once they approve it, what we'll do is we'll put your name within the H1B applicant pool. Once your name is there, anywhere from April 1st to September 30th, they could draw your name. However long it takes between there is up to the government. We call this is an H1B portability. If you're approved for an H1B, you can change jobs, and the good thing is you don't have to tell your current employer that you're looking for another job. So once you decide to switch companies, or you have another offer from another company, you can come see an attorney, and we'll start your portability. Excuse me, we'll start porting your H1B. In this process, we do not have to get a new H1B. We just tell USCIS that you found a new job and that we will be moving. However, the thing is you cannot work for your new company until your H1B has been approved. Under this situation, if you have been let go from your company, there are a lot of issues that need to be taken care of. The first issue is that your H1B status has now been revoked, and you by law need to leave the country as soon as possible. What I suggest if this happens is that one, you contact an attorney to discuss your individual situation, and they will be able to further assist you on how to further proceed. The biggest difference between an H1B visa and an H1B status is where you are. If you are in the United States, we'll do what's called a change of status. So if you're an F1, we will change it to H1B. So you're not leaving the country, your status will change from F1 to H1B. However, if you're outside the country, you will need an H1B visa to enter the United States. Essentially, you're getting the same thing, except for one is the status is you're already in the United States, and a visa means you're outside the United States looking to come in. With all these things said, the biggest thing that you have to know and prepare is you must prepare company letters stating that you are invited to come here to work, and your application form. So once we have all those, then when you have your interview with the consulate, we can go forward from there. The one thing that I would say for everybody is to make sure that whatever major you're in and whatever job that you find, make sure that they match. If you're an accounting major, make sure that the job you find has to do with accounting. I've seen it many times where people will try to find jobs that are outside their specialty major, and that won't work. With these things, the United States is getting very popular with a lot of immigrants. So a little bit off topic, EB-5s are becoming more popular, and H1B is actually becoming very, very popular. There's many more applicants. It's really hard to say where this is all going to go within 3 years, but the more applicants that we do have here, the harder it is to get selected, just because of the sheer amount of people. I think the United States and President Obama are doing a good job to try to entice more people. For instance, the H4 visa, we're trying to get spouses able to work while their spouse is on an H1B here. But I think overall we're probably heading in a good direction for this.